Welcome. Hello, everyone. My name's Christy Abbott, and I'm going to be leading the welcome call today for Carol. She's traveling. So you can see her image there, but I'll be sharing with everyone and welcoming them and hearing all the amazing stories of those who have participated in our program. I'll just share with you mine while I have the floor. I'm the head coach. This is about my 4th year in Y.E.A., and I began as an advisor upon Carol's behest. I'll say her constant behest that I join her program. She had been doing the program, and when she started, it was just in a little area in St. Petersburg where we both lived. Actually, Linda lived there at the time as well, too. So we were all pretty related at that time, working on landmark assisting teams. And Carol, in a seminar, created the Young Entrepreneur Alliance program as something that it was a project that she created inside the landmark seminar. And she was doing it for about 8 years. And she would invite me almost every year. And I'd be like, oh, I'm not an entrepreneur. I'm not an entrepreneur, but thank you for inviting me. And then she asked me if I would just do it for an hour to be an advisor, because she knew that what she had to offer would be of benefit to me and what I was up to. I'm a permaculture educator. And at that time, I was creating a intentional community in St. Petersburg, a couple of them actually, community gardens, school gardens, those kinds of things. And I was causing and creating those things with teams around St. Petersburg. And she was even involved in one of the houses that I called the St. Peace House. And when she invited me, I really didn't think I was an entrepreneur. That was my mindset. And as I learned the 7 pillars of a thriving entrepreneur and began to work them in my life, Carol had a summit. And in that summit, she taught us how to do online workshops like this. And I took that training on and began to do permaculture trainings for Naka Valley. It was one of the, well, you're in Naka Valley now, right, Anita? Yeah. So,
Yes.
yeah. And Sonny Bareke was in our Y.E.A. at that time, and he asked me if I would do a series. And so I did an online series. I created a workshop with Carol's training and did an online series. And I'm doing that now. And Anita's in my online series right now. We had a fabulous conversation on Friday, right, Anita? You want to share about that a little bit?
And it was great.
Yeah. Yeah, we're exploring, Permelia, you'll be interested in this, health and spiritual well-being. What is it? That health and spiritual well-being, that's one of the 7 petals of the permaculture flower. And we just kind of explored how Deepak Chopra had 7 spiritual laws of success, and Carol has 7 pillars of a thriving entrepreneur. And what was it you had, Jackie? Didn't you have 7 something of the universe? You're on mute.
Yeah, it's 4 pillars.
Oh, 4 pillars. Oh, okay.
Sorry about that.
And then there's 7 days of the week. So this upcoming week is the pillar of well, it's the petal. We use petals in pure permaculture, and pillars here in Y.E.A. And so now I was a coach for Y.E.A. and now I'm a head coach for Y.E.A. And while Carol's traveling, I'll be supporting this call today as her head coach. And welcome, Margaret and Ronald and Pramelia. Would you like to come on and introduce yourself and share a little bit about how you heard about Y.E.A.?
Well, thank you so much, Christy. And I kind of feel like I know where you used to live because I actually have been to St. Petersburg, even though
Yay!
I live in Canada. I was down there many years ago, but for a holiday, and it's a beautiful, beautiful city. So I'm Pramelia Parham. I have a couple of businesses. The Healing Institute is one of my businesses. The other one is called Vibrational Healing, and that's where I do my modalities. My main modality is the body code, emotion code, body code. It's looking at these emotions that get trapped in our subconscious and how they can create havoc in our bodies.
Wow.
So
I know I got a lot of that.
we need to release those for
Yes.
our best health. And then I was very fortunate to be connected with the Grand Connection. I think that's where I met Jackie originally, which is an online networking platform. And one of the ladies that started that, Carolyn Cooper, was a coach, a business coach. And I'd had many businesses. I used to have an event planning company, and there's many other things I did over the years. But I thought, I think I need to have some help and guidance, because the idea of the Healing Institute doing something on a more global scale than just a local scale. And of course, that was right when COVID hit and we were becoming more global. There was more and more networking platforms and places where we could meet people all over the world. And so I was meeting amazing holistic practitioners all over the world. So I thought, let's do this virtually. Let's do this globally. My initial idea was to do something local where I live on Vancouver Island on the west coast of Canada. But I think God had a bigger and better idea that we would do something more globally. So we're still growing, but my vision is really to give people hope, and to provide holistic practitioners for people who are looking to be well and stay well on their health journey. Because as I say, we're all on a health journey. So let's make it a proactive one. I believe our medical model is not working. Thanks, Anita, for the hearts. Our medical model, I don't believe the reason it's not working is because the old school was always to look at symptoms and not to look at the root cause. And so our platform, we're a community. And what I say is how we differentiate ourselves from other wellness directories, because there's lots out there and there's lots of good ones. But we, the practitioners that are on the Healing Institute platform, we are a community. We get to know each other. We know what each other's modalities are. And so when a client comes to us, they might come and choose me for body code, but then I've got all the other practitioners that I can recommend.
Well, you're in the right place. Our seventh pillar is community, and we do collaborate and cooperate. I have created several events with a few of the coaches and have been to Kenya twice, Uganda once and Kenya the second time. And I'm creating a second permaculture convergence in Kenya with some of the participants here in Y.E.A. So it is a collaborative space, and welcome.
Thank you.
Glad you're here.
I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, thank you
and
so
thanks
much.
to Jackie, because Jackie is
I'd like to hear from Jackie next. Can you introduce yourself?
Jackie and I have been probably connected at the hip for quite a few years.
Carol says that too.
I
only have two hips, but just the same, they kind of alternate back and forth in other parts of my body. So what's happening for those of you, most of you on the screen, well, about half of you, What's happening is the Global Impact Network that I've created for a little over a year, almost a year and a half, basically, and very strongly, with the 4 pillars. Those 4 pillars are now becoming very concentrated, to be able to really bring large networks together. Permelia's concept with working with practitioners of all different kinds of modalities is perfect for the wellness one. So it appears I last night was taking a vision on this and saying to myself, you know, when we take all 4, literacy, wellness, environment, and in employment, and really put a strong silo type of thing for each one and let them blossom and bloom within themselves. And then I really have done what I want to do here on this globe. So she'll be doing the wellness. The woman that I met yesterday has Global Sustainable Futures Initiative. Can you imagine anything better for a name? Global Sustainable
I love
Futures.
that. I love that. I
And
love
so
that.
she and you, Christy, and I sent her to you yesterday, but the
I
point
sent
is,
Ruby uh, an email this week, so
yeah,
I'll be
yeah.
connecting
See,
with her soon enough.
that's really strong with Ruby and with this woman that's gone deep into to the learning part. So be
Mm,
sure you connect with her learning
mm,
part of the environmental change, everything.
yeah.
So
Yeah, the
with
education
scholarships and
is
the whole 9 yards. So
very
yeah,
important to me.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll take her over there, and then I still need somebody, and I think I have Chi-Chi to be able to do the employment part of it, because all of these little pieces of the beehives, the honey,
Yeah. Yeah.
the whatevers, that needs to really be strong and far as the actual growth of that. And Carol's doing the literacy between the two of us. We got the literacy covered. So
And I
when
was
I
thinking
look,
Megan too. Megan is in
yes, yes,
literacy, and so is Anita.
yeah,
Anita is in literacy as well, and
okay,
Jaris. Yeah,
yeah,
we've got a bunch of educators here.
well, yeah,
So
exactly. So
and yeah,
the whole
as we grow
concept.
out, yeah,
Absolutely. Plus, if you look at the progression, literacies, they have to have the education to go to learn about the wellness. And then the wellness goes into the environmental change because they know
yeah,
all about it. And then to the employment, and the
yes.
employment gives them a career or a business or whatever it is. And then they go ahead and create their own NGO, and we start all over again in the community. So it's a
And
perfect
that's what I like
progression.
about bringing the entrepreneurs here and getting a background of how to thrive as an entrepreneur, because you do use you need community for that. And while we are learning how to do it here online, I'm using it in my life. I was in Kenya, like I said, in Uganda, and I was like, well, what can I do here at home? And I created a
Yeah.
permaculture design course here with a core group of people. And now I am very strongly creating an environment here where I live and an environment out there. I have the permaculture guild that I've been developing here at home in Inverness, Florida, where I live, and have been growing that out and being really successful inside of that. I'm creating events and
Good.
um, what we say here, Parmilla, is in permaculture is that until our inner landscape is healed, we really want to bring that forth to the outer landscape. So, and that's
Yeah.
what we're
Beautiful.
causing and creating here in Y.E.A.
Yeah,
Well, thank you,
absolutely.
Jackie. Thank you for all that you do. I love that
Thank you.
blossom behind you. It's really lovely. Uh, an example of what you're causing and creating.
Thank you.
Jackie,
Yeah.
can you please just tell them a little bit about our Women Empowered for Global Solutions? Just a tiny bit, but I want everyone knowing what we're doing together.
Okay.
And Pramila and Jackie, if you could put that information in the chat.
Mhm.
We like for everyone to put their information in the chat so we can
Oh, let me
Carol does
me open
capture that
Yeah,
and
let me open it. Hold on one second.
okay, thanks.
All right.
Yeah, while she's doing
Okay.
that, Carol originally started what's called Women Empowered Across the World, and it's a podcast with women from every continent. We haven't hit all of them yet, but we're close. Um, and the point being to interview people. Parmelia's coming up, I don't know, the end of this month or early next month. I don't know when it is. Anyhow, Parmelia's
On the
one of them.
28th.
28th, yeah.
Mhm.
And it's to hear about their life story. So it's different than just tell me about your business. This is about your life
Yeah.
story. And so what we've done is collected about 60 women so far. And that's put on YouTube as a telling the world about these women. And by the time end of the hourly session, we're all in tears and
Yeah.
we're all trying to figure
I
out
was
what
on
to
one
do
of the
with
early ones. So
I
yeah.
mean, that's the way. But anyhow, from that, of the women that have been interviewed, we figured we want to take advantage of all of the expertise, which is very broad. So we're creating Women Empowered for Global Solution. So we will put, so to speak, almost like my 4 pillars, get them strong as women to come up and to be able to really go to solution. And that's the whole concept. And that's starting as we speak. We will actually have our first in on the 21st
Of
Yeah.
April. Yes.
of April. Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
It's coming up.
Really beautiful.
And
Really brilliant.
an app that goes with it.
Yes.
So Miss
So great. Thank you, Margaret.
amazing woman down there in the bottom with pretending that she's out traveling doing something something serious when she's having fun with her brother is the instigator of that.
Yeah.
It's
Anita, you have your go ahead, Carol.
It's really going to be amazing, guys, because we are going to do masterminds in this membership group of women. And
Yeah.
these masterminds are going to help us to
Just so great.
create. Oh my God, we're going to create some amazing projects as a whole of all of us working together. It's going to be very, very powerful. You all want to be the ones that have been guests on our podcast are being invited to be in that membership, and it's a 1-year membership. Please, when you get the email, please join us. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Anita, you have your hand up. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. I'm greeting you first of all.
Thank you,
I'm happy to be
Anita.
here today, but I'm asking for permission. Just like 25 minutes. I'm having a shooting, but then because of the rain, we didn't end up on time. But I'm coming back.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, Celestine, would you like to come up and share a little bit about what you're doing and what's going on with you? You're muted still. There you go.
Thank you very much, Christy,
Yeah, you're welcome.
for giving me the opportunity to share a little bit about
Yeah,
myself and
thank you.
what we're doing.
Yeah.
My background is working with a migrant, asylum seeker, and a refugee. I've done that for the past 25 years, and currently I'm on another program with the Salvation Army. It's a Home Office, Minister of Interior funded project. We are working with modern people who have been trafficked across the world on the program, say, modern slavery and human trafficking. And then we work hand in hand with the Minister of Interior, and I'm one of the coordinators within the program. But I'm very much in the community as well, helping my own people to integrate the British society when they come in this country, and throughout the process of integration here in the UK, we offer them different support to enable them to become independent and move on in their life in the UK.
Now, do you have Congolese in both Nakivale and Kakuma refugee camps? We
used to have people from different refugee camps, especially in Zambia.
Oh, in Zambia.
Zambia, yeah. But with the current program, we are now getting people from those refugee camps. So we are dealing with the people, who have been trafficked. So, we work with the police and we work with the Ministry of Interior, to address the case and how we can help them, become independent and then, free from the ordeal.
Yeah, but I would imagine that what Permelia is offering would be very useful to people who have been traumatized by those events.
Yeah, most of them. And then we have different, specialists who offer counseling and psychological support to those clients.
Yeah.
But not everybody, but almost nearly 80% of the people, you can see them, how traumatized they are. And then, we send them to different, contractors who offer them counseling and other support.
It's great.
And if I may just interject, the body code work that I do was created by Dr. Bradley Nelson, who is a chiropractor, is now just running his Discover Healing business and training people like myself all over the world to help people with trauma. And one of the things it works so well with is PTSD. Because it's not a talk therapy. We just find these emotions that are trapped in the subconscious, which are also trapped in our bodies, so can create physical dis-ease as well as emotional and mental dis-ease. And we just release them. So people don't have to remember the trauma. They don't have to relive what was traumatic for them. And it's just an amazing modality. So yes, I'd love to have a little one-on-one with you, Dr. Congo, and see what we can do here.
But in the community also, I'm very involved in my community because the way I see people pouring in the UK from Africa, I say we need to do something. We can hear, many stories from people fleeing from conflict, and now they are talking about the environmental refugee. So those who are leaving their places, because they've lost their field, they've lost where they can get the livelihoods. So this is another category of refugee, emerging, within the United Nations, NUCR, United Nations, headquarters of the refugee. So. But in the community, as I say, I've been battling, all along, to do something for my people because we need to do something. As Michelle Obama was saying, when he was promoting, Kamala Harris during the campaign, that we did something. We must do something. And then I met Maria Butcher in a conference.
Yeah, she's not here today.
Yeah. Universal Peace Federation, And then the chairman, introduced me to Maria. He said, this is Celestine, one of the community leader in the Congolese diaspora. So we have been working with them for about 7 years for a Congolese project, be it in the community and also in the political arena. But we didn't make it because we didn't have the same vision and then the same approach of addressing the issue of our people. But our people are still there, hoping and then waiting that, another, project, will be brought up, so that we can start working together. At the moment, as I mentioned last time, I took about five medical doctors from the King's College Hospital, because we've been working with them for maybe more than 5 years. And they say, Celestine, now is the time. I think we have to go to Congo, try and, do some research, meet some official and see whether the government can allow us, to partner with them, for a health project as, we have here in the UK. But at that time, the President Kabila and the government of Congo Central, they were not ready as yet. Although they sent the health minister, to work with us, for a few days, but they were not ready, to get the project off the ground. But we are still fighting through our organization in the UK, because we have got partner in the DRC and also in Congo Brazzaville. We are thinking of, providing water. We have gathered some, data already. And we are working with the agriculture in Kimpese, helping them by providing seed and training for them, to start, sustaining their family and also the community, because the population in Kinshasa, they use Kimpese, to buy, products, for the market. So we are working flat out, to get that project off the ground as well. For me, finding myself, in this community, I think that together we can do great things, not only for the Congo DRC, but also, over the Congo, like, Congo Brazzaville, Pointe Noire, why not in Luanda? So Celestine is someone very well known in his community, and I'm trying to use myself to offer myself, for some kind of change for my community, and I hope that we can make it.
We'll make a change. We're changing. It all changes.
Did you meet Ruby yet?
Those were really great.
Celestine, have you talked to Ruby yet?
From GIM?
From Zambia? Yeah.
Oh,
from Zambia.
Not yet. I think I better do.
Please. That's one of her very strong suits, is the trafficking.
Yeah.
I had the opportunity to meet the current president, the Zambian president here in London, before him, putting himself forward for the presidency. And then I was giving him some encouragement because, he trained here in the UK. He's also, his background in his economics as myself. And I say, we need to do something.
Yeah.
We need to do something because we are complaining about African leader. And then he told me that Malanda, I can assure you that if there is election in Zambia, it will be me because, my program is a very strong one. I'm sure that people will like it. And I was surprised when he got elected. And I'm waiting for him to
Good.
to make that
talk
change.
To her. Yeah, please. I think that that would be a very strong alliance.
Yeah.
Do you have her contact information?
I think if someone can put it in the chat.
I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you, Celestine. Thank you for all you do. It's really, really awesome. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
Ronald, do you have your hands up? Rays of hope.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Hello. What would you like to share?
Yeah, this is Ronald from Uganda, Director of Raise Up Actions for Uganda. It is an orphanage, together with an orphanage school as well. What I want to discuss about is all about the things we can get from Y.E.A. as a family. Number one is patience. We need to have patience as a group. And since we are patient, you can learn a lot how you can maintain your patience. I benefited a lot. I started a school without some sustainable businesses but right now as I talk, I got so many skills from Y.E.A. I started with piggery. Now I have liquid soap making and so many others. As I talk, Christine advised me to start with poultry. As long as I have water storage in my orphanage school, even poultry will begin. I'm working hand in hand with Maria, and with time I know water problem will be solved. Because water is a major source in all the things we are doing. It can support farming, it can support poultry, it can support the school, and so many factors as well. So, as Y.E.A., the major point is to work with the community, to change the community and the people around you. I've learned a lot about it, and together with my community, they are learning so many skills and issues from Y.E.A. So I need to thank Akalo together with some team members. As we are here, I know all the challenges and problems will be solved as a group. So my brothers and sisters from different countries, we are here as a family. I know some of the issues, some of the challenges will be solved as we stand as a group. But individuals, I believe, we don't have any way we can move ahead. So I don't have much to say. But as a school, I have like 50 orphanages I'm supporting. But all in all, I believe everything will be done through God. Since I'm a servant of God, all the things will go through. Thank you, members. I know.
Thank you.
Thank you, Christy, Maria, and so many friends, especially people from Kenya. I have Jairus, I have Walter. I know Anita is in Uganda, is also my sister, but we are from different areas. But there is togetherness, there is unity in our family. Therefore, let us stand together and let us try to check one another. I know through collaboration, we shall move. Thank you, member. I'm a teacher by profession.
Thank you.
Thank
you so much, Ronald. Thanks for being here.
Yes,
Jeffrey, would you like?
I just
go
want to
ahead.
say something, and that is, guys, I run a leaders program, and Ronald is one that just graduated from the 12-week program.
Yes.
And that is who he is, guys. He's a leader, and he's a leader in his community, in his school, in his orphanage, and he is leading people to really and truly thrive in life. People that believe that all they could do is survive and struggle. And he's using my 7 pillars that he has learned so well in teaching his young people. Thank you, Ronald. Thank you, Ronald.
Yeah.
I started a group of ladies, widows. I'm supporting orphans, widows, and teenage mothers. So I started a group of widows. They are like 10, but they are willing to move with me. So I'm transporting the ideas from Y.E.A. the 7 pillars to them, how they can support their family, how can sustain their life, and how they can get some money from those ideas. So stand with me, also I will stand with you. I know with time we shall move. Thank you.
Wow.
Oh, thank you, Ronald. Thank you. Thank you for being a leader in Y.E.A. For me, I know it altered my life, so I know it's going to alter yours. Yeah. And Jeffrey's also one of our leaders. Jeffrey, can you come off mute and share what Y.E.A. Are you there, Jeffrey?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm there, Christy.
Yeah,
Yes,
thank
I'm there.
you. Yeah.
Yeah. And First of all, I appreciate all of you there for being in this group, and many greetings from Uganda. My purposely what I'm doing, I have about like 3 projects.
Right.
The first one, which I do, I am a human rights defender. Human rights defender. Civil and political rights. And
Yeah.
that is a tough job, especially in most developing countries. We do monitor elections every time. Now next year Uganda will be having national elections, so we do monitor. We monitor. We write our reports, send to the Independent Electoral Commission for them to help them improve on organizing a fair and a better election.
Nice.
That is one project. One project.
Very important.
Yes. Second, we train youth. I partner with some local civil society organization, community-based. We teach them with entrepreneurship skills, most especially youth out of school. Teach how to manage businesses, how to start businesses. Then I have another project which I do with an NGO also, but this is for secondary schools. You see, we have a problem, especially in Uganda. We have high corruption rates. So we try to go to these secondary schools, organize students, but we teach them ethics, public management ethics, how integrity, actually most is the integrity. Otherwise, if we don't do like that, we may lose the whole country and generation. We may lose it. So we do that project. Also, we teach, we partner them and teach. Actually, it's integrity, ethics, because there's a lot of moral decadence.
Really great.
Yes, especially in Uganda. Some might be jealous might be knowing what is happening, might be aware of what's happening because it's a neighbor, very close neighbor. He must be aware of that. Then thirdly, we have a small school in the village where I come from, but to help disadvantaged. We have free education, but this education is not free because parents have still to pay, to contribute. So we subsidize. Others bring produce. I say, I have my maize. I have not harvested. Wait for me. The season is not yet. So we teach them as well. Primary. That is what we are doing, and we have many projects. Then I partnered with them, as you know, in Afghanistan.
No, I didn't know that.
Women and ladies don't go to school. Are you aware of that?
No, I didn't know that you were in Afghanistan as well as Uganda.
They don't go to school, but I have partnered with an NGO and politics for her. So we petitioned the UN Security Council, because that if we don't do like that, that generation might die. They don't go to school. They're illiterate. So women have organized themselves in groups. They move from home to home to teach these young girls to write literacy. So we petitioned the UN, and they are looking into it. Yeah, I can stop there. I have many projects, but where I'm taking part. But
I appreciate your leadership in that, Jeffrey. That's really, really awesome.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yeah.
He is also a leader that just
in our program.
Yeah. Program.
And Jairus.
Yes. My star.
Jairus, can you come up? He's also one of our leaders, and he'll be a director in Kenya for one of our exciting centers that we're creating across Africa. Go ahead, Jairus. share with us.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Christy. Hi, everyone. My name is Jairus. I'm from Kenya. I am an entrepreneur and also a founder of an NGO, which is known as JBM Foundation here in Kenya. This is an NGO which is focused on uplifting the underprivileged or the underserved individuals in our community or our communities at large. I'm also the director for Y.E.A. Kenya and also a skill trainer. Right now, I'm up to a project which Christy has already touched on, which is Y.E.A. Learning and Business Center, which is about to be opened here in Kenya. This is a center which is going to focus on a lot of, is generally going to be focused on youth empowerment and also empowerment of all the people in the community, but we are most so going to focus on the youth because they are the future of this country and also the future of the world. We are going to empower them with skills and also how can I call them? We are going actually to empower them through skill training and also mindset development. And these skills will involve the Y.E.A. courses. When I say Y.E.A. courses, I mean Y.E.A. 7 pillars, which are actually essential in mindset development. And after this, we are also going to train them in a variety of skills, which is actually involving digital skills, agriculture, and also hairdressing. The digital skills that I'm talking about is computer literacy. We are going to teach these people on how they can handle a computer or how they can basically operate a computer. Because as you all know, in Africa, and maybe if I talk about Kenya in particular, or the community I come from, a lot of people cannot be able to operate a basic computer. Not only the people, I'm talking about the youth. A very young person, 20 years old, but they cannot operate a computer. So this is the reason why we are going to give a priority to computer literacy so that we ensure that all the youth can be able to operate a computer and its related programs. After that, we are going to teach affiliate marketing. This is a way of making money online. We have graphic designing, content creation, artificial intelligence, website development, book writing and publishing, video editing, and also photo editing. And I talked about agriculture. We are going to give them agriculture courses, like just basic agriculture, like food crop farming for food and also animal keeping. I also said that we are going to offer them hairdressing courses, mostly for the ladies who may not be willing to study computer, because a lot of people, as much as you can try to teach them computer, a lot of them or some of them may not be willing to do that, and they will find it easy to work on hands-on skills like hairdressing. And that's why we incorporated hairdressing and also agriculture as a way of making the people who are illiterate also.
Oh, he's frozen. That's okay.
What a wide expanse. Can you imagine?
Oh, he's just extraordinary. He's also taken my permaculture basics course and really asking questions and, really interested in it and taking it to the next level. He's Jairus have been participating pretty regularly. Maria as well. Welcome, Maria. And Margaret, I'd like for you to share, since we're in Kenya right now, what you're doing with the Kenyans from Canada.
Well, I'm a Canadian. I live in the US and my heart is in Kenya. So
She's confused.
yeah, I feel a little discombobulated sometimes.
Country? Which country? What talking about? Wait, what do you mean? Which country?
Then,
yeah. So
thank
right
you.
now my concentration, I think, is getting as many of my people in Kenya involved in Y.E.A. on the May 22nd course as possible. I understand I have at least 2 registered.
Yay.
I was just in the process, and I will continue. James Uma, who has shown up on GIN a couple of times, he runs a halfway house in the Nairobi area.
Okay.
And I am thinking I'm going to introduce him to Y.E.A. because I think this could be a real boon to his program with young men,
Great.
because he concentrates
On youth?
on youth and young men in particular.
Okay.
He works with an organization over here that's called Standing with Boys.
Nice.
And so anyway, I keep thinking of other people that I know in Kenya that should be doing this. And so I just, because the stronger we can make our leaders in Kenya, the more likely that change will happen.
Yes.
I have fully embraced the idea that change in Kenya, in Africa in general, will only happen as we have strong leaders there. It's not going to come because we show up over there. It's going to come from within.
Yes, Margaret. Yes.
We need to do everything we can to support them in their journey to being leaders. And
I so agree. Especially after being there and seeing the protests that are happening and listening to the news that went on. My host was in the news every day while I was there for 6 weeks, and while the protests were occurring, and I'm not sure if they're still occurring, but
not on as consistent a basis as
yeah, it was every Tuesday and every Thursday.
Kenya just before that happened last year.
Okay.
So
okay.
But
yeah,
it truly, that's why I love being in GIN so much, is because I make so many contacts with people in Africa that are making a difference in of themselves. And as they get to know each other and work together, powerful things are going to start happening.
Yeah. I agree. Thank you for your work, Margaret.
And Margaret, I'm so happy you found Y.E.A.
Me too.
I'm so happy. Thank you, Jackie, so much for all the people you have introduced Y.E.A. to. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So
thank you, Margaret.
I just will keep doing my work.
Yay.
Sometimes a struggle, but
yeah.
Margaret, but please, you haven't actually shared what you're doing. What are you doing? You've done some amazing things.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Well, we have 60 students in school that we're supporting in school with education fees, and we have a program called the Self-Reliance Project or Self-Reliance Initiative, and I developed that with my community rep, Timothy, and he and I just went through what's needed, and we decided to start with solar so that the kids could read and study after
Wow.
hours. So that was
Wow.
where we started. And then we decided that water was a real need, and many people don't live close enough to a spring or to a community, rain.
No. I saw so many donkeys hauling water in
Yeah.
jerry cans,
Yeah. And so we put rain harvesting systems on 24 homes. So there's 24
Wow.
families that have rain harvesting systems. Then we
Perfect.
went to garden towers, and those same 24 families plus an additional 10 or so have 2 garden towers apiece to give them fresh vegetables at home.
Nice.
And then we have just completed 8 chicken coops. We've got one that has made some progress. They're just all very young yet, so we don't really have a lot of data from those yet. But at Fred, one of my community reps, told me he felt like this was going to be the game changer. This was going to be the thing. We're running them as a co-op where 3 to 4 families are working together and combining their efforts, and so that the production of the eggs will benefit that many families
Sure.
just for feeding a higher quality of protein.
Wow.
And then hopefully there will eventually be eggs to sell. So
Yeah.
that's
Chickens are a great investment.
yeah.
All
So
around.
that's
Margaret, I am involved with some chicken farm projects, and we did incubators, and those eggs hatch really, really quickly.
But I don't,
Thank you, Megan.
I am working in areas where there's no electricity. So,
got it.
and so we have, I'll look into it, but I just right now that we're going through the natural cycle.
I gotcha.
Then I have an orphanage that I work with up in Kesey, and we're doing a farm initiative. We have 15 acres that we've leased, and I'm working with Noah David on crop choice and stuff.
Yeah, I just met him. Yeah.
We're if this harvest works out the way we hope it does, we might actually finally get close to that point of self-reliance with this
Yay.
this one. But we're paying for, the orphans are being fed. That's the number one thing. The orphans are being fed.
Yay. Yes.
Carolyn Olang is working with me. Akini is working with me on the kitchen garden at the orphanage.
Awesome.
So that we can do permaculture and stuff there and get the garden producing in a much more vigorous way than it is right now.
Yes, she's awesome. She's a trainer. She teaches people. I love her. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, we've done other things like build bathrooms and, so, we just, and on my latest project, and I haven't really been involved with this. One of my donors, and she's the one that's really been working with this one. But we have a deaf community as part of a church in the Kesey area.
Wow.
And they wanted to start businesses, and so they have just 13 people have just received a 3,000 K shilling input to start working on purchasing and selling their business. They each came up with, what they wanted to work in, and they have a small business plan. It's not anything extensive, but and
nice.
my donor is supporting that. But So there's just another area where we're working on business initiatives. So, my projects really come from the needs of the community. I don't
Mm.
I'm not sure I have this wide vision. It's more what needs to happen now.
Sweet.
And so right now I'm seeing that Y.E.A. is going to be a part of growing that.
Yay.
So
Oh my goodness.
Well, we're welcome anyone you can, and
Oh,
those who use the pillars rise to the top and really lead their communities in extraordinary ways.
yeah.
So
I'm looking forward to taking the course myself. It's been a while since I've done
Yay.
any
we're thrilled to have
any
you,
work.
Margaret. We're thrilled to
Pardon?
have
I haven't registered yet, but I will.
Okay, no worries. You still got time.
Yeah.
Well, Carol, do you want to put the registration
Yes,
information
I
in
will.
the
I'll go out and get
chat
that right
for
now. Hold on 1 second.
for Mela?
Yeah.
And I think everyone else is pretty much registered. Let's hear from you, Jairus. You got knocked off. Thank you, Margaret.
Yes, thank you, Christy. There was a network issue from my end,
Yeah,
but I
we
think
figured
I will
as
not
much.
freeze again. I will not freeze again. Yeah, so I was talking about the projects that we have here in Kenya
Yeah.
around Y.E.A. Learning and Business Center, which
Yes.
we hope to be opened as soon as possible, because people have problems and they want to be resolved as soon as possible. We want to help them. The problems are not waiting.
Yeah.
I wanted to finally talk about the reason why this learning and business center is going to be of huge benefit to these people in this side of
Yeah.
the world,
Yeah.
because as much as we can want people to be familiar with computers or it is related activities like affiliate marketing and content creation and other things like those, a lot of people don't own computers. They do not have. I know a computer can be something common in USA or maybe UK, but in Kenya, it's not something common. So a lot of people don't own these digital devices. Even a smartphone, just a common smartphone, a lot of people don't have it. And now, because we want them to learn and also to realize the benefits of these devices, we are going to first teach them on how they can use them so that they can develop that mentality of trying hard to buy one. For this reason, we are bringing computers to them. Another thing which is a challenge is internet. We understand that a lot of places in the UK or maybe in US and other developed countries are connected with a stable internet connection. But here in Kenya, we buy data bundles. So this is the reason why we also want to bring these centers so that we can provide free internet to these people to work from our centers. So if we teach you on how to do affiliate marketing, we also give you a free computer and a workplace. You can come to the center and work. These courses and these computers are going to be provided for absolutely free. And this is the reason why we are going to be of benefits. Lastly, let me talk about the activities of my organization, because it's also important. I said that I run an organization which is known as JBM Foundation here in Kenya, and I found this organization on February of 2024. And when I found this organization, we were all about giving, we were donating, we were trying to raise money for people so that we can empower them economically. But as days went by, we went by going broke because we are just giving. It's the reason why right now I'm based around creating sustainability more than I am based on providing for these people, because
Yeah.
if you provide one, they are gonna come back again for it, and you will come, you will continue like that, and it's kind of a liability. But if you create a source of income for these people, they will not come again to ask for funding. So right now, the activities of my organization are also ongoing, and I'm also looking for donors. So if you can want to support me, you can as well connect with me and see how we can help each other. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jairus. Jackie, you had your hand up. Is there something you wanted to add?
Well, I was just going to say that people are saying they're always so limited by their computer and being able to teach people. What I'm bringing is footsteps in with the concept of a projector.
Yeah.
Attached to a cell phone.
Yeah.
That will teach an entire classroom.
Yeah.
A minimal expense considering an entire population has literacy.
Yeah.
So consider that concept. And to see, and also the thought was to get the women together to online sell their products that are able to do that, and take some of that money to create the projector. And you could have a solar cell to keep it going electricity. And once you get the footsteps, for instance, downloaded, you don't need to have the internet. So there are all kinds of ways around it, Jairus. I want you to think about alternatives, although the concept, if you can bring them computers, amen, go for it. I'm just saying that keep that in mind. There are other ways than
especially in the beginning, you know, when you know, we're building.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Christy,
thank you.
Will you
Yes.
call on Megan?
Yes. Is she still driving?
Oh,
let's check in. She put a note in that she was in her car and listening.
Okay.
Megan, are you available to speak?
I take that as a
Megan? No, doesn't seem like it.
She's muted, so
all right.
Don't want to.
Definitely Maria.
Okay, Maria, can you come and share how Y.E.A. has made a difference in your life and what you're doing, all the projects you've caused, created?
Well, I have to give really credibility to Walter and the team over there. I just kind of had the idea and brought us together as a team.
And weren't you his coach in Y.E.A.?
So how's Y.E.A. impacted my life? Hugely. I love being among all of you in Africa, you know, even though I'm here and you're there, it's just amazing. And the spirit of entrepreneurship that's growing everywhere is really inspiring, and to be part of it. And when I was coaching Walter, he was one of my team, and my team, the rest of the team actually didn't really show up at any of the meetings. And Walter was always on the case and rounding them up and bringing them and asking them to come. And he was really such a support.
Leader.
But absolutely. And he told me that he was a community leader, but he's become a global leader because, you know, people want to hear from him about what's happening in Kenya so they can do the same thing elsewhere.
Yeah.
And I think this was a moment waiting to come, you know, for him to realize his visionary capabilities. And I mean, since Water for the World was formed in November, so I've just written it down. We've done one borehole, which was for 5,000 to 6,000 villagers, with extra water because it was 5,000 litres an hour, or is 5,000 litres an hour. So there's enough over for irrigation. And we are really, really blessed. I'm a woman of faith, absolute faith. And I know that this team has been brought together from where, you know, it's just extraordinary how we've all come together, and how James then said, right, okay, I'm going to do the first borehole and we'll go off. So since then, my friend Rex has bought 2 boats and a third one is on its way. And it's
Wow.
really inspiring what's happened with these boats on Lake Victoria, because at least 20 people are employed who didn't have anything before. They have somewhere to live. They are well
Yay.
looked after. Walter made sure that they weren't sleeping rough. And he got he rented a house for them, which is sort of £6 a month. For us, it's nothing, but for them, it's everything. It's a roof over their heads, and they can go there when they finish their shift. And currently, the shifts, as I understand it, at least as of the other day when I was talking to Walter, worked on 3 days on, 3 days off. Yeah. But also, and also, I should say, not but, the third boat is going to be for the orphans so that they can actually be supported to go to school with their school uniform and so on. So that's what that third boat, and it was really interesting because Walter dreamt about the second boat before Rex offered a second boat, and then he dreamt about the third boat just before Rex offered the third boat, which
Sounds
is
like
just,
visualization is in the house on that.
fantastic. Yeah. And then while we were there, we went to visit. There's a whole community of teenage mums with their children, and they wanted to have a football team and a netball team. So we're looking for sponsorship for that currently. The football team is covered, the netball team isn't yet. So, Jackie, if you know anybody who can help us with that. And what's the other thing? They're going to have an office for Water for the World Kenya, which actually morphed from Inspired Progress, which was the name that I gave to the team back in last year in May, June. So that's morphed over to Water for the World Kenya, which means that we can start looking at other countries that maybe want to be, associated with us as Water for the World and their country. So there will be an office, and we've also attracted the workability. Well, how should I put it? Workability. We're working out how we're going to cooperate with the Marine Foundation, Tomeo and the Marine Foundation currently. That's in progress. So,
wow.
And people are impressed. I was even talking to somebody in my council office yesterday, and I told him what I'm up to. And he said, I am so impressed with what you're doing. I'm going to support your organization.
Wow.
Me personally, I'm going to support your organization. And, there was somebody on the train and she said, I don't know which charity to support, but I'm going to help you. I'm going to do X amount per month. So, it's really starting to happen on the ground. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's absolutely beautiful. I just want to say one thing to Maria.
Yeah.
Maria, you really want to get the power of the ideas that you brought forward. This was an idea in your head at one point.
Yeah.
And now it's serving so many people. Guys, everybody know the ideas you have in your head are brilliant. Bring them forward, put actions toward them, and make them happen. And that's what Maria did. And I applaud you, Maria, because, you came to us going, I'm a 73-year-old grandma, and I don't know what I could do or what. And look at who you have
become. Yeah.
It's incredible, Maria.
So amazing.
Your life is awe-inspiring, Maria.
Awe-inspiring.
Well, it's really that creativity thing. When Walter and I, because we hadn't met at this point, right? So we're still just we're not even a Zoom, we're on a WhatsApp. And we said, come on, what can we do about this situation in Lake Victoria? And now I'm saying to him, look, the original thoughts around Lake Victoria, we haven't let go, because that's around sanitation and, toilets around Lake Victoria, because at the moment we know it's gone green. Now, one of the reasons for that, or the big reason for that, is there are so many nutrients in the water. And of course, there's an awful lot of pollution. So our original thought was around, creating that Lake Victoria is a beautiful, pristine freshwater lake full of delicious fish. The fish are there, yes. The outskirts of the lake, the beach, where the water comes in, is not. It's very polluted. And so I was reminding Walter yesterday, we need to go back to that concept that we're going to do something with the sanitation. So we're looking for now funding to do something about that. So we want to create toilets along Lake Victoria. We want to do fish ponds, so that the women don't have to go to the actual lake. And they can have this because it's a long journey to Lake Victoria. That's too far. They need to be able to find their water along that way. Yeah.
Wow.
And there'll
Really
be
great.
another borehole at some stage.
Wow.
It's just amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Maria. It was an honor to have been your coach and your head coach, and to see you grow the way you have. I'm just kicked back with pleasure at how you've grown.
Declaration is powerful. It is very
So
powerful, everybody.
So powerful.
Please,
Definitely.
please start declaring the things you want in your life so other people
And
know.
write it down. Write it down.
Jackie's put
It's
some
important.
information in the chat for you, Maria. So
Oh, thank you.
just by speaking what you
Neat.
need, that's the
Yeah,
declaration. You never know who's next to you.
Wow. So
we need to.
amazing. So amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Christy.
Thank you so much for the opportunity, because, without Y.E.A., this wouldn't have happened. So
That's exactly
you have
how
to
I
take
feel
credit.
too.
I
Yes, that's
know.
right.
I know, Maria. I'm so
Carol.
thankful you found us.
Yes, me too.
Okay, so Christy, you want to share the 7 pillars?
I would like to do that. Let's just see how I do it.
We're running out of time, and I'd like for everyone on here
to
be reminded of the 7 pillars.
The 7 pillars, Carol's going to let me go through them right now. And number 1 is mindset. It's a big deal. It's the biggest deal. It's where we believe we're limited, and it's not that. And what I really appreciate about Carol's program and her writing the book is that she shows how she had to alter her mindset. And then in our course, we go through several different areas of mindset that we let go of those limitations. And that's what allows us to go to the next pillar, which is focus. And what Carol always says is, what we focus on is what we get. And if we focus on the complaints and the whining and the things that we don't want, that's what we're going to get. But when we begin to focus on those things that we do want, those things we can declare that we will do, those things we declare that are within our vision, which is the next pillar. What we can imagine and declare, we can actually cause and create with an action, an imperfect action, because if we wait for a perfect action, we won't move. But if we take an imperfect action and perfect along the way, miracles begin to occur. And that's what I found in my life. I had the mindset that I was not an entrepreneur. But as I began to focus on, well, maybe I could be. Maybe I could be a business owner. And I found something. Something came, and I began to take actions in that area. And then I shared it with people and declared that. And then, so the first one's mindset, the second one's focus, the third one is declaration, the fourth one is vision, we have an amazing person. She was my coach in the program, Susan, who takes us through a meditation, and she allows us to visualize something in 2 years. And then what action can we take? What imperfect action can we take now to cause that vision? And I found that to be so perfect for me to actually cause and create the things that I wanted in my life. And I began to work with the coaches to create a permaculture convergence in Kenya. And it did happen. We did have that, but it was a vision. And creativity is number 6. Well, with action, there's a second part of the imperfect action, and it's accountability. And in the program, we get an accountability partner, and we get a coach, which is our accountability partner, but along the way, we get to pick and choose people in the community to hold us to account, someone other than our coach. We get to be related with them and hold them to account as they hold us to account for those declarations. Each week, we're asked to give a declaration, and someone holds us to account to those declarations. And imperfect action and accountability is pillar number 5. And then creativity is pillar number 6. Being creative with what we see and what we say, so that it's not the same old, I can't do this. It's something like, what could I do? What will I do? What am I doing? And for me, that's where the miraculous began to happen. I had been on the Florida Permaculture Convergence planning team for over a decade. And then I thought, well, why couldn't I do that for Kenya? Why couldn't I do that for Lake Victoria? Maria's already told you the condition of it. And I thought, well, no place better to start than the eye of the horse. And we had an amazing event, so amazing that now we're creating the second annual Permaculture Convergence. And then the final one's my favorite, and that's community. And that's who all of you are. Carol is my community. Linda is my community. Maria is now like part of my community. And all of you are. And I'm, creating permaculture basics on Friday with the leadership of Y.E.A. And that's how I use the 7 pillars in my life. And I have an amazing life. I am so blessed to be here in Y.E.A. and be the head coach and now lead this call. And so I hope that gives you a sense of the 7 pillars. Carol's already put in the details to register for our May 22nd course. And, I know I'll see most of you there because mostly we're the leaders, but Margaret and Amelia, I hope we'll see you there, Celestine. So any questions about that? Anybody want to say anything about the pillars? Anything else about that?
Christy, I'd like for Linda to come and just share really quickly. Going to be the another head coach in the program.
Yay!
I'm so excited. Linda, come share your wise words.
I already
with
feel
us.
like she's my sister. So
Okay. I know. I knew you would love it when I let you know she's going to head coach with you. Yeah.
yay.
Yay, yeah. Sisters. Yeah, you should see us when we live together. Whoa. I knew you were gonna call on me because I'm not ready. I was in the middle of, well, that always happens, right?
Yeah.
Catch you off guard.
Yeah.
Share, what do you want me to do? Share a little bit about me,
just
or
share
Yeah,
a
just
little bit
about yourself and what you're hearing so far in the pillars.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, total, like the first one for me, the mindset, it's all right there.
Yeah.
And I've been trained in Landmark, and I was a course supervisor in Landmark. I was a staff member, and I've had a lot of training with that. And basically, I was just sharing with somebody here, Jackie. I'm trying to connect with her.
You want to.
That was what I was in the middle of doing. I'm trying to find my LinkedIn address. This is all a learning thing for me. Totally in the training of how to navigate through this world. And for me, I have a lot of, I have a heart, and I just like have this huge heart, and spent my life really recovering from something traumatic that happened to me in early childhood. And, I think that I'm at a place in life where I now understand it, why I went through it. And so now it's like just I feel like a burst of energy. And and I said this to Carol last night. I said, every time you tell people that you're 71 in July, you keep telling everybody how old I am. Stop doing that.
I do that for a reason, Linda. So that
she didn't want you to be her sister.
Yeah, no, so that people get that age doesn't stop you in life. That's it. That's why I say it.
Yeah.
I got that.
Yeah.
But I see the funny side of it. So sorry. Without humor, I don't know. Well, for me, it's about making difference in people's lives. However that looks, I don't know. I'm new at this stage of my life. I'm creating like this chapter in my life. And I don't know how long God's going to have me here, but I'm here and I want to make a difference. So, I just retired last May of my career job, and I'm just navigating through how can I bring an income in and do the things I want to do. And, I've been creating this whole year with Landmark. They had a create your 2025, and I just been in seminars and I just been creating. And one of the things I created was to create a community of like-minded people like me. And so what showed up was Y.E.A. And I'll tell you how magical it was. I was sitting at my desk like I am right now, and I had a thought to call Christy Abbott, and I have not spoken to her in many years. And we used to be over there in the west coast of Florida doing all these assistings together, her and Carol and I, and many other people. And for me, it's about reconnecting. And I just called, and she answered the phone and says, "You're never going to believe this." And I said, "What?" She said, "I'm on the phone with Carol Witt, and we were just talking about you." So I stepped on that train, right? And I'm just going for the ride. And so whatever opens up and what I get to create, because I know that I am a powerful human being for sure.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of gifts that I can use, and I'm just here to learn how to do that. That's why I'm here.
That is.
Yep.
Yeah.
God opened those doors for us, dear one. God opened.
Yeah,
And
Carol
my
kept
heart is
having me
pounding
be
right
on the
now.
team. Carol kept asking me to be on the team, kept asking me, and I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm not that entrepreneur. What I'm not that. I'm not that." But
Hey,
here
listen,
I am 4 years later. Yeah,
Sister Christy. She asked me once.
I know, I know. You're smarter than me though, Carol. Linda.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so guys, I just
Yeah.
really want you to see who is the leaders in this program. They are powerful, powerful people. And guys, we're going to have another leadership program after the May course is over. And I will be tapping people on the shoulder and saying, I want you in my leaders program. Yeah.
And they always rise to the top. We always know by the third
Oh, yeah.
by the third classroom,
Yeah.
you know, who's participating, who has to speak, and who's got ideas that make a difference for others.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Ronald has his hand up.
Ronald, what would you like to
Yeah.
share?
What I'd like to share is being open to your group members. It is very, very, very vital, especially maybe you have some challenges. You need to be open and you need to talk the truth. Now, this program is supporting the community through us, some of the leaders, not supporting the interest of the person. So as I talk, I need to thank Carlo. Of course, I shared with her about the challenges I'm going through, and more especially malaria.
Yeah.
Malaria is a big challenge in my area. So far, out of the 10 kids I have now, 7 were sick because of malaria. But she tried all her level best to make sure that at least she can comfort my soul. So let us be so open and serious with some issues. Then another challenge, I'm facing water. Water is a big challenge in my area, in my school, in my community. That is why I'm working hand in hand with Maria, at least if possible. She can organize a way of helping me. Otherwise, it is also a big challenge. So as a group members, we need to put some of these issues into practice, and we need to support one another. Where you need to be, we can organize a GoFund for individual according to what he is facing or what is challenge or what is facing mainly. Thank you so much.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I see Abbas. Do you want to end with him? Ask Abbas to come on. He was in the leaders program, graduated from the program. Abbas, come share.
Please. I'm sending him a prompt. There we go.
Okay. Hello.
Yeah,
Welcome, Abbas.
Yeah, how are you?
Very good.
Abbas.
I'm very sorry for the late joining of the class. I'm just coming just from campus.
Yes, he's in school. Yeah. So Abbas, share a little bit about yourself.
All right. Hi to everybody.
Welcome.
I am Abbas. From Sierra Leone, West Africa. And I was so excited when I joined Y.E.A. And one of the influential person that makes me to join Y.E.A. is Coach Carol. And joining Y.E.A. has given me a great opportunity in my life, and it has also inspired me in different sectors. I've completed the first program, which is Y.E.A., and I've also completed another wonderful program, which is leaders or leadership.
Mm-hmm.
And now, from the different things that I've learned, especially in the area of leader, I have started implementing the leadership course in my campus that I am attending presently. Yes, I can even give a short scenario here. What happened today in campus, wherein I implemented the qualities of a leader, some of the qualities wherein I become a successful leader in campus today. because there was a conflict between two guys wherein they were arguing bitterly arguments. They gave them responsibilities where each and everybody was trying to. Of you are leaders doesn't mean who you are, where you came from. No matter what you are a leader. Don't try to ignore a position. Don't try to condemn anyone. So what I did, I took permission from one of our lecturers and we went outside trying to give them some of the qualities to be a leader. After being mentoring them, they see reasons and both of them come together and we enter in class, give an moment of being a leader. I clearly
You're breaking up, boss.
Yeah. I wanted him to tell everyone about his reading program that he started, a reading club he started. It's so great. Abbas, can you talk about it for a second? Yeah, we're not hearing you, Abbas, at all.
So sorry, Abbas.
Let's try next week that you come on
Okay.
early and so you can share it. It's so cool.
Yeah, we want to hear about that, Abbas.
Oh, you definitely do. You definitely do. He started it on campus and it's so cool. Anyway.
All right.
Okay, I think we need to end the call here.
All right. Well, I appreciate everyone being here today and sorry for those I didn't get to, Kiza and Timothy and Megan, Sarah, but we'll chat with you next time. Thank you all for being here. And
Permelia, thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for the invitation. I'm just excited to be part of this group.
Oh, so
Thank
great.
you.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. Well, guys,
anything else, Carol?
We'll see you next. Yeah, go ahead, Maria.
Could Permelia, could you put your information in the chat, please? I didn't
yes, I have.
maybe you did.
Yeah,
you might have done earlier, but I joined late, so I haven't got
late. So
should I put it in again then?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
one more time so that everybody gets it.
Yeah, the early people wouldn't.
Exactly. If you join late, they
yeah, you don't get the previous.
You don't get it all. Mm-hmm.
So that would be Megan wouldn't have gotten it, and
yeah.
I just sent it. I sent it directly to Jackie. So here you go. This is for everybody.
Oh,
try again.
Yeah, you could just copy paste it and put it in for everyone.
One more time.
One more time.
Yep. I won't close it out until you're done, so everyone can get it.
Thank you. Yes. No, I've it's in there a couple of times.
And then Carol, you'll copy that and post it, or
okay. I can't see it. I don't know where it is. I can't see it.
It's not in the chat.
No, I can't
so
see it.
It's not for everyone.
Y.E.A. Global Founder. It's Carol.
Yeah.
Oh, she's sending
it needs
it
to go to
Carol.
everyone.
Yeah,
it needs to go to everyone.
I don't see an everyone. Oh, there we are.
There's a drop down arrow.
It was at the very top.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Pramila. Thank you for all you do.
Beautiful. Absolutely.
Celestine,
I
thank
look forward
you.
to connecting with everyone.
Jeffrey.
Absolutely. Guys, make sure everyone that spoke, please put your information in the chat so we can all reach out to one another, okay? That's what this is all about, collaborating.
Yeah.
We can move.
That's what makes it a community.
We can move faster and further when we collaborate.
That's right.
Okay. All right.
Very
Love
good.
You guys.
Love you guys. Thank you.
Christy,
have a wonderful day.
So much,
excellent job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye,
Thank you, Carol.
Carol,
have fun with your brother.
Go have fun, Carol.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.